everyone's having a good day. I'm going to do some repotting of some of the cactus and euphorbias and stuff that we've purchased recently that we've just kind of neglected and haven't repotted. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to work on. So, tray here. I have one. Oh, yeah, here it is. No, let's see. That for other stuff. Okay. Let's use this one. And I'm going to start with repotting my Myrtillo cactus here. So it had some rot going on there, and it had that going on shortly after I bought it. I think I've seen it whenever I bought it in the first place, and just kind of ignored it because it looked like it was, you know, pretty well healed over. Now it's, I feel, you know, some hollowness, but doesn't feel squishy. It feels like it's all dried out. So I don't know if maybe I should just slice this and let it scab over, or just say, you know, just go for it. I think we might just go for it because I'm not really about cutting that off. I mean, look, it's got some good roots, so that would really suck to have to cut that back and have to let it grow roots all season again. At least this will give it a good start, and if we can get it into some soil here, you know, it won't be a problem. Now it's just to find a pot for it. So let me just kind of look around here and see what I got. Definitely have plenty of plastic pots to pick from. So I don't should I give it something like this? You know, I mean, it's got the roots to fill it. I think I found the one. So here, kind of this out, back this way. Just forgive me. Talk to myself a little bit. Try to get it adjusted. Oh, cool. Some people watching. I don't know if I can get to the chat or not, but oh well. Welcome. Like I said, today I'm going to be doing some repotting of some cactus. Have this Myrtillo cactus here. Ha! I don't have any of those today. No cannabis today. Sorry, guys. Maybe some other time. Honestly, it's too cold here for them anyways. I'd have to do all that indoors, and I just don't have any going right now. So, but I got cactus. I got those. I got some other cool ones here. I can kind of give you guys a little tour of my greenhouse in a minute. But yeah, my name's Steven with Cereus Dude Cacti, and yeah. So let's get fucking started here. Let me go ahead and get this thing in some soil. Use that. Get something else I can use to scoop with. So what I do is I just pour the soil in there and give it some pats. Kind of suck it all down there. Get it all leveled out. I just need a little bit more. Ooh, man. Just dumped out everywhere. No.
Okay, that's probably why.
All right, so we got it potted up. Left a little bit of room for some top dressing, so I'm gonna throw some in here. Once I find where I have my top dressing at. Here we go. So we're gonna top dress it with some decomposed granite. It's a little moist from being in a bucket. That's okay. Honestly, I probably should wash the decomposed granite off a little bit, but because I did this to a plant, one of my desert roses, and it kind of made a crusty little layer on the top, but it looks cool. I think it'll look cool with some of these other cactus I have, like some Lophophorus. Those would look cool on it. But here it is, all potted back up. I'm not going to water it or anything because, you know, the soil's got a little bit of moisture in it, and I want to give it time to heal from any damage that it did to the roots. So I'm going to let this set for a while, and it's wintertime still. So I may end up just bringing it inside so I can give it at least a drink of water. Let it dry out completely after that, and then bring it back out. But that's going to be a couple weeks down the road, at least a week or two before I even try to water it. But I'm just going to leave it out here for now because it's been out here. It's just been sitting out here in a tray, bare roots, just drying out. Because I had that little spot that I thought was rotting out, and I wanted to give it a chance to heal itself before I just chopped it and started over. So, but yeah, there's a Myrtillo cactus. This one's known as the booby cactus. It's got a really funky name. It's like Myrtillo geometricus fuca something. I can't remember. But it's a really cool cactus. I've only had this one for about a year, and it hasn't grown much, which is kind of expected with what I had it in before. Because I did use a more gritty mix in comparison to what I used for my Cereus Paganois, which you can see some in there in the background. But it works really good for those, and I think it'll work great for these too, to be perfectly honest. But I'll show you what that soil looks like if you're curious. So I'm gonna dump it in this tray, but it's you know, it's got some perlite in it. It's what I do is I mix a bag of Fox Farm Ocean Forest, and then a bag of coco coir, or just like a brick that you hydrate, and then a bag of earthworm castings, and then a pretty good sized bag of perlite. I mix that all together, and it comes up with this, which is stuff that drains real well. It does hold on to a little bit of moisture, you know, because it's got the you know, that bag soil and the coco coir. So I use it for a lot of my houseplants too, and they've done great in it. The only thing I think I really need to do is fertilize a lot of them, because it doesn't have a lot of nutrients in it, but you know, cactus don't really need a lot, so because they're really slow growers. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. This is a Euphorbia Melotomus variegata. So it's definitely variegated. Good yellow stripe on that side. That's one of the reasons I got it. I do like variegated plants. But yeah, this is from Costa Farms. I'll say they do plant their stuff in some good soil. It's got some lava rock in there, and it's some decent looking stuff. But we're gonna change it out, because we want. I just want consistency in my greenhouse. You know, make sure everything is in the same medium for the most part, so that I know what I'm doing when I water it. Although this stuff, I mean, it don't look much different than mine, so it's got some sticks in it though, but mine does too, from the bag soil, from the ocean forest. So yeah, let's find a little pot for that. Something a little bigger than this. That's just too small. We're just gonna go up a little size, you know, not too crazy. You really don't want to go crazy with potting cactus or euphorbias, because they just people tend to want to water the whole pot and get the soil completely saturated, which is what you want to do with your plants. But when there's too much soil, and it, you know, it ends up being way too much water for your plant, and then it will just sit there and rot eventually, and it'll take time, especially with cactus and euphorbia. But I had one of these that I bought earlier in the winter. I think I bought it in the fall, and I just had it out here with my other stuff. I had, you know, this is a heated environment, so it didn't really dip below 40 at that time. But because I didn't get to it very quickly to repot it, and I did water it, it just sat in it and ended up rotting out on me. So it's just you know, you live and learn. Honestly, I've killed tons of plants, and that's how I've learned what not to do. Alright, let's get this back here. Some dirt. Scoop over a little bit here. Okay. So, all I do is, I'm left-handed, so this is kind of weird for me. because I want to pour with my left hand. But just to show you, got my euphorbia here. I'm going to pour a little bit down on the bottom just to kind of get it started. Pour a little bit more, because we don't have a lot of roots on this. But then I'll kind of just hover it in there, you know, and just dump some soil in there and kind of give my pot some pats to get that soil settled in around those roots. And I'm not going to top dress this one just yet, because I want to be able to keep a closer eye on it, because I'm not too familiar with these, although it should be just fine with the rest of my euphorbias. But there it is. Just need to make sure I label it before I forget. So let's see if I can pull this off. I like to reuse what I can. Hey, looky there. I'll just put it over the label that's there. That will work for now until I can get around to actually making a proper label. But the next one is, I think this is a Euphorbia millii. It's a, what they call, the common name's a crown of thorns. So we're gonna go ahead and uppot that. Let me find something for it. Jeez. It's definitely root bound, so we're going to break that up a little bit. And I know what this soil is. It is Fox Farm Ocean Forest, because the person that I got these from, or the couple, it's exclusively what they use to grow these in their greenhouse. So, all right, that's all I'm gonna do there. Just kind of pull some of these roots out at the bottom now. Give them some new directions to go. We don't want to mess with it too awful much. We're not going to water this either, because we want to let these roots heal, especially after messing with them like this. Yeah, that one just, don't know where that one's actually connected. Okay, repotted. It's not perfect, but it'll do. Like I said, I just put the soil in there loosely, just so it, not too loose. That's why I pat it, kind of help it settle in. And then I do a little packing around the top, especially if it's wobbling and like flopping over. Yeah, I'll pack a little bit, but I don't push down very hard, just enough to kind of help hold it in place. All right, so the next one is going to be Tephrocactus geometricus. Another one from Costa Farms. I already have one of these. Let me grab that one. It's quite a bit larger than the other one, but as you can see, it's got a nice little pup growing on the top there. So I'm hoping that keeps growing this season, and I hope we'll get another pup before the end, because that would be really, really, really cool. Okay, so there. Dump that in there, because I kind of got messy with that. And break this up. Okay, well, there she is. She's got a little bit of roots, not a whole lot, but finding a new home. Okay, go with this spot. This one I am going to pack in a little bit, but only because you know, it doesn't have much of a root system, and we want to make sure that it stays in place. So that's all I'm going to do there. And yeah, I hope it grows a lot this season, and you know, gives us some new pups to look at. Okay, down to the last one of these. I do have some other ones. I'm not. Thought I had another one. I'll have to go look for it here in a second. But yeah, I got this Opuntia that I found at Walmart. It's a Opuntia Reticula Cobra. I mean, I thought it looked really cool. It's got like some cobra skin looking growth on it. So let's just get this sucker repotted. Oh man, that guy was really ready to go to them roots. I'm pretty sure it's got some spines on it. Yeah, it's got some there in the middle, some little ones. I'm sure it has those little bitty fiberglass-like spines. Alright, got cleaned off. It's got some decent roots, like it's got this one growing way out at the top, so that's fine. Let's go ahead and find a pot for that guy. Okay. Now we're just gonna put it on the side. It'll be fine. Okay, got that repotted. It's looking good. Not gonna water it, like I said before. You know, we're gonna wait, give it at least a couple of weeks. It is still winter time here, so I may just wait until spring to water it, to be perfectly honest. It's really not good to repot plants during this time of year, but I just kind of needed to get these done, so that's why I'm doing it. So that one's done. Here's that other one. All right, we've got this Myrtillo cactus Geometrizanis cristata. Get some of the stuff off of it. Kind of fell out of its pot in the bag. That one looks really cool. One of the reasons I got it, but it's got some roots on it. So I do have another one of these. That I guess its common name is the dinosaur back cactus. So ooh, that's cool. I love dinosaurs, obviously. So, but yeah, I got another one over here. It may be a little bit different. It's a little larger. And this may not be the exact same type, but I mean, they look pretty close. Although this one's a little more blue than this one. So they're probably a different, like, subspecies or something. Or even just a cultivar. But I'm going to get a little bit more of the soil off of it, and then we're going to repot it. And the reason I do this is because if you just repot these in, the little container it comes in from Walmart, it comes in these, and then usually when you pull this out, it just looks like a plug. And it's usually root bound, and while the soil it's in will work, you could actually leave it in that for a while. And especially with this from Costa Farms, it has like fertilizer in it and everything. So it would last for, I don't know, probably a year, I would think. But it would be root bound, and you would need to really get it down to bare roots to repot it. And the main reason is because if you just pull that plug out and just put it in a pot and fill in soil around it, I mean, those roots, some of them will come out, but they'll just keep growing in on themselves and won't really leave that little cork. So it's best to clear as much of that off as you can, and that way your plant's got a nice good start to send its roots out and fill the pot that it's in. Eventually it will get root bound in that pot too, depending on the size of it. But so this was in this little tiny pot here. I'm gonna go to just a little bit bigger, nothing crazy. Just gonna jump up to a square pot. You can see it would fit in there pretty well. So it's a good expansion for that plant. So let's go ahead and get this sucker done. Okay, like I said, I normally don't pack them in, but with this one I'm going to a little bit just because it needs some help holding itself up. So, man, it looks like I should have maybe planted it a little deeper. Yeah, I can start over. think that'll work. Looks pretty good in there. We're gonna call it a day. Alright, I think that might have been all I had to repot. So that's cool. Clean up my workspace here. Got one of the blockades in my hand. I can feel it in my thumb. This outside. Okay. So, we're done with those. I don't think I really have anything else that needs to be repotted. Everything else I have is in a good place. Like I said earlier, we're in the winter time, so it's really not good to do things like this. But the other thing I was going to do is work on planting some seeds. So I do have a tray of pots ready for seeds, which I think I'm going to go ahead and expand it out a little bit more, just so that I have plenty to work with. So I'm going to start on that. So let me get my sifter. Okay, so since I'm planting seeds, I gotta sift out some of the big stuff. Like here's what it looks like for my previous sift. This is just mainly perlite, and there's some chunks of wood in there. So they're just too big for seedlings. So I'm gonna sift that out of the soil that I have, so that I don't have to go buy different stuff. I can just use the same soil that it's going to end up in anyways. So I'm going to grab some scoops here. Oh dang, some big old chunks there. I'm pretty sure this is earthworm castings. We're just going to break those back up into the main pot there. And if you don't know what earthworm castings is, it's worm shit. So that's like one of the primary things in most topsoil that plants get their nitrogen from. Okay, we got a good start there. Break up some of these. Okay. Shake. That's how much it pulled out of it. And that's the soil I got. Not that amount. We're going to do that a couple more times. I got to fill this tray behind me. So we'll just do one more round and call it good. Ah! It's not what we wanted to happen. I don't want to waste our perlite. Okay. What's up? Yeah.
Send me money because she just like, hey, he was like, you bought me so many gifts and so many this made that so many this and so many that, and I was like, I can't get it. And I was like, I don't want to take your money. At the same time, I do want to give you money, but I also feel bad.
Okay.
Anyways, so I was gonna see if you could give me anything because nobody else can give me anything. And when I said something, you can
Yeah, there's more coming. Yeah, so like,
like it makes it
yeah. Yeah, that sounds gross.
It's disgusting. It's so gross. And I don't know how she's getting it.
Okay. Yeah, we can make that happen.
I don't comment on something like that.
Okay. Cool. Oh, they did? Oh, they're going to. Okay. Okay. There's a worm in there. But yeah, I guess I didn't really show you it real well. There's that soil. See, it's nice and nice and thin. Don't want our seedlings to have to work too hard. And it's okay to start cactus seed and stuff like this because seedlings definitely like a lot of water. Alright, one more pot. Alright. And now I got a whole tray of small pots ready to go for some seeds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to saturate these in hydrogen peroxide, just like 3%, just stuff you get from Walmart. The reason being is that's how I sterilize my soil. It will kill, any mold and fungus spores that might be in there. It's also going to kill all the beneficial stuff too. It's the only downside to doing it, but no matter which way you do it, whether it's this way or you bake it in the oven or in a microwave, it's still going to kill most of the good stuff for it. So, and that's fine. We're not super worried about it in this situation because they just mainly need water. So they don't really need a lot of nutrients, especially in the seedling stage. So I'm going to grab hydrogen peroxide here. Okay, that's all done. I'll let that sit. I'm gonna put something over it. To help with retaining the moisture content. If I can get it to fit. Bare minimum, I'm just going to let it sit. So. Okay. Deforms them a little bit, but that's okay. We're going to let that sit overnight before I put anything else in it. I got some Osmocote that I'm going to sprinkle on the top, and then we'll put the layer of sand over that, and then we'll sprinkle our seeds on top of that. And then we're going to make sure we give them all a nice drink of water. I have row water inside that I can use, and then they're going to go into Ziploc bags, where I'm going to take this lid off, obviously, but I'm going to have them in Ziploc bags, and I'm going to take them inside, put them underneath my grow lights in there. So, but yeah, that's pretty much all I had to do today. Just doing a little bit of repotting and getting some soil ready for some new seedlings. So, if you came and checked me out today, I definitely thank you. Yeah, I'll keep putting out videos every once in a while when I feel like doing it and have the energy. So, again, thanks for checking me out, and you guys have a great day.